Good morning and welcome back to First Baptist Church of Van. We're so glad you came to worship with us this morning. All this month we're celebrating Reformation Month, looking back to when the Reformers challenged the Church of Rome and recaptured the truth of the gospel. This is week 3 and we want to highlight John Calvin. John Calvin was born on July 10th, 1509 in France. Calvin was 8 years old when Martin Luther nailed his 95 Theses to the door of the castle church. At the age of 14, Calvin went to the University of Paris. He studied grammar, rhetoric, logic, arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, music, and law. While in college, he was exposed to the writings and teachings of the Reformers like Martin Luther. In 1533, John Calvin wrote that God subdued my heart, which had become hardened against the truth of the gospel. Those two words, God subdued, in Latin, Deus subigit, would become the hallmark of his life and teaching until his death. Because of his association with another French reformer named Nicolas Cop, Calvin was forced to flee to Switzerland in 1534. It was there that he published the first addition to his masterpiece, The Institutes of the Christian Religion. Calvin pastored churches in Geneva, Switzerland, and Strasbourg, Germany. He preached more than 2,000 sermons in the 20 years of his ministry, also writing complete commentaries on every book of the Bible. John Calvin was a major force in the Reformation, sweeping across Europe, working alongside men like Martin Luther, Thomas Cranmer, and John Knox. He faced bitter opposition because of his leadership in the Protestant movement. Calvin worked tirelessly to reform the French church, but he grew ill with fever in late 1558. He literally worked himself to death. He died on February 6, 1564. He did not want a large or extravagant funeral, so he was buried without ceremony in an unmarked grave. John Calvin's legacy lives on in his writings and teachings. Soli Deo Gloria.